Let me start with a huge apologies to all of you for not being able to physically come and present myself in front of you in Pune. A downturn in my health prevented me from traveling. I was very eager to be with you and listen to all that you people say in this conference. Terms like business incubation are like Swahili to my ears. I can't understand a thing. This was an opportunity for me. However, to engage with you, I had to take a decision to send you a video clipping from the small village campus where I live and work from. This also helped me to avoid the discomfort of speaking from a posh Marriott hall and talk about rural marginalized people. This video clipping is actually being filmed by a non-literate rural woman from a small farming family who herself has become a famous development filmmaker globally. This transformation brings me the context of what I want to tell you. Actually, this very fact becomes an intro to what I want to say about making agriculture the basis of a rural transformation. And I'm not even talking about the big green revolution model of chemical agriculture full of hybrid seeds, chemical fertilizers and pesticides supported by huge volumes of irrigated water. I'm talking about a farming which does not use a drop of irrigated water. It does not demand a single external input. Each farmer who works with us uses her own home-saved seeds, works with farmyard manure, vermicompost, uses deep compost methods, and keeps biodiversity on a farming vibrantly alive. Their input costs for farming is close to zero. We are a group called Deccan Development Society working in the semi-arid region in Medak district of Andhra Pradesh. Our basic clientele is about 5,000 women farmers who own between 1 to 2 acres of dryland farm, highly degraded and with no water sources. Over the last 25 years of our work, we have seen them transforming their agriculture from no yield to some of the best yielding dryland farms in the country. More than individual farms, what they have achieved for their community is short of a miracle. Today, they are a hunger-free society. They are a suicide-free society. They pursue a life-affirming agriculture that infuses life and not short fuses it. These are the parameters we pursue when we evaluate our work. Money and cash are the last of our concerns. We think that a lot of agriculture in this country, especially that's the one that is prescribed for the small and marginal farmers, has pursued cash and therefore has crashed. As I said earlier, the hallmarks of the agriculture of the women of DDS is that they do not have to buy anything from outside. Hence, they do not have to borrow money from outside. Their agriculture is full of biodiversity. Hence, the food they eat provides diverse sources of nutrition to them. Cereals, pulses, oilseeds, millets, and vegetables. Even if someone owns a small 1 acre farm such as Raipalli Sushilamma, they can still produce all these products and don't have to look for sustenance outside. Dhanwa Ratnava, who is 80-year-old now, has never gone to market in her life to buy any of her food.
నా ఇంటి ఇతనాలు నా ఇంటి ఎడ్లు పెట్టినాయి, నా ఇంటి ఇతనాలు అన్ని మెత్తేసుకున్నాయి, అన్ని బటగాలు మెత్తేసిన, సిరిశనగలు మెత్తేసిన, ఇంకా కొంతమందికి ఇచ్చినని. మరి జొన్నలు నా ఇంటివి, అన్నీ నా ఇంటివి, అన్నీ ఏం ఖర్చు కంటే నా ఎడ్లు నాయే, నేను లాగోడియలేదు, ఏమీ లేదు ఈ పంటకైతే.
Even an 8-year-old filmmaker, Mayuri, can grasp this truth.
రత్నవ్వ బయట నుంచి గింజలు కొనుక్కోదు, వేరే వాళ్ళందరూ బయట నుంచి కొనుక్కుంటారు. అందరూ రత్నవ్వ లేకుంటే ఎంత బాగుంటుంది.
Hunger is kept at bay from their communities. In order to improve the productivity of their near barren lands, which sometimes does not even have 8 inches of topsoil, the women have over the last 10 years used a number of local technologies, all of which are a product of their own traditional knowledge systems. They have added topsoil onto their lands, bundled and trenched them to avoid the runoff of water and soil. I would urge you not to confuse this to the watershed techniques, which are a major component of rural development over the last 2 decades. In fact, you'll be surprised to know that ecological watershed techniques are with these communities for hundreds of years. It is these techniques that they have pursued and upgraded their lands and their farming. In recent years, they have also added vermicompost making into their basket of soil enriching techniques. This is a new knowledge, but was initially touted as a highly complex technique that would be pursued only by entrepreneurs. But the women of DDS have exploded this myth, and since 1998 have established thousands of backyard vermicompost beds in their houses. They not only use this for enriching their soils, but also to earn up to 10,000 rupees of income per family per year. This is nearly the same amount that they can earn from Narega by working for 100 days a year. As an aside, one of the first activities of DDS in 1987 was to introduce 100 days per year employment to all of its members, which was meant to upgrade their highly deteriorated farmlands, pieces of lands gifted to them by the government. Thus, the women of DDS are a precursor to today's Narega. While vermicompost is a relatively new intervention, adding farmyard manure is a practice that is with these farmers for generations. In order to enhance their manure production, DDS has consistently helped them to acquire more cattle into their households and their communities. A bullock helps them to plow their land in time and also earns them up to 40,000 rupees per year, equivalent to 4 times what they can earn in Narega. A buffalo gives family milk even while earning them 20,000 rupees per annum, twice that of the Narega income. But as far as we are concerned, the greatest and less discussed benefit from the cattle is their dung. This is indisputably the main pillar of their ecological agriculture. One of our studies has revealed that the dung economy of a small village is more than the panchayat budget. This is a truth that must be understood by everyone who is looking to elevate the living standards of the rural poor. The communities of DDS also produce their own biopesticides, which are neem based. This helps them not only to widen the base of the ecological farmers in their communities, but also earn up to 10,000 rupees per year for over 20 women in every group that has set up these biopesticide units. But the most seminal achievement of these women is the food and seed sovereignty that they have accomplished over the years. Today, almost every woman of DDS is a seed bank herself. She saves over 25 to 30 seeds in her home and uses it year after year, and she doesn't have to depend upon outside seeds. She has achieved a seed autonomy. Far more important is the alternative public distribution they have achieved. They produce all their community needs in terms of food in their own village, store it in their own village, identify the poor through participatory wealth ranking system and provide them ration cards which entitle the poor locally grown jowar at cheap prices month after month. This parallel system has given them a tremendous confidence that on a day government PDS comes to a halt, they can take care of the poorest sections of their population. The women have also established their own market to sell their own produce to outsiders. Over 3,000 women are its shareholders. Their market has grown in volume and profit by over 8 times in last 10 years. Each member gets a dividend of between 40% to 80% of their share depending upon her engagement with the market. I would like to end here, but without making a reference to the community media trust that these women have set up, my presentation will be incomplete. The women, Dalit, poor, non-literate and from marginal farming communities make their own films and their own radio. Their films are translated into English, French, German, Spanish, Swahili, Tagalog, Bahasa Indonesia and are seen by development communities all over the world. Their radio is the first community radio in the country. Broadcasting for 2 hours every evening, this radio is the only radio in Asia that is completely owned and operated by rural Dalit women. The agriculture of the poor, the inherent strength of this agriculture and its recognition and promotion by DDS has given a tremendous confidence to the women of DDS to redraw their destiny, to live a life of autonomy and dignity. Thank you.